Which version of Microsoft 365 do you need? Is it home? Is it family? Is it personal? Is it business? Who knows? Well, I do, and I'm going to hopefully help you answer that question. So first thing I'm going to do is share my screen so we can have a little look at these packages. So first things first, if you have a business, 9.5 times out of 10 you're probably going to want to have a business package. And if you are a home user that just wants to use Outlook and Word, Excel, that sort of thing, but it's not linked to a business, then either the family or personal are going to be the ones for you. So let's have a look a little bit deeper at that. So what's included? So whenever you have the family or personal, so we're now talking home, you can see I'm in the home section. So whenever you're talking about the home packages, we've got the family or personal, both of which include the applications. So the applications you can see here: Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, Outlook, OneDrive. You get with that a terabyte of storage space. So all your data sort of needs for most people will be taken care of within OneDrive. You get you get Outlook for email. If you've got a Gmail account, you can add those in. Whatever mail account you've got, you can add them into Outlook. And then you've got your Word, Excel, your productivity packages, right? So the difference between personal and family is the amount of people that you can have linked to it. So if it's just you and going to be used for just you, then obviously the personal would be the cheaper route, because you can see there it's $59.99 if you commit to a year, or $5.99 per month if you or $5.99 per month if you do it monthly. And similarly on the family package, it's $79.99 a year or $7.99 per month if you don't commit to the year. So what it means though, you can, when you own, let's say that one person on the personal package, you can install your Office package on up to 5 devices. So that could be your work laptop, your or I say work laptop, but that could be a laptop, a PC, a different PC. You've got 5 devices, and that doesn't include mobiles. So you can download Outlook and Word on your phone without it taking up one of those sort of licenses. But on the family package, that counts on a per person basis. So any person that's part of that family, so let's just say we had 4 people, a mum and dad and 2 children. Each of those people, a part of that package, can put it on 5 of their devices. So if you're looking at an Office package that's fit for a family and on their multitude of devices, then that might be the right package for you. So I'm now going to flick into the business, because it might answer any questions you've got if you've got a big family and a business. So let's go. I'm going to click on the For Business now, and it's taken me to the Microsoft 365 business sort of page. Now they're always monthly, so you can see the 3 main versions we've got are Basic, Standard and Premium. Now I'll start with Basic because it is the most basic one to explain, I guess. It does not include the desktop versions of the application, so your Word, Excel, Outlook. You get the web versions, and you can see here web or mobile versions of Word, Excel and PowerPoint are included, but not the desktop version. So you could actually use this in conjunction with the Home Edition. So if you've got a family package already, for example, which means you've paid for the apps, if you're starting a business and you need a business email address and you want the benefits of a business license, then you can just get the business basic. You don't necessarily need to pay for the apps twice. What I would say though is if you're on like the personal and you've got a business, it probably would make sense nearly immediately to switch over to standard, but do it at the point when your year that you've paid for, if you're doing it on the yearly, is due for renewal. So what you could do is have a basic up until the point that let's just assume you wanted to have a business a 365 business license, and I'll explain the reasons in a minute. But if you wanted that and you're already on like a personal 365, then you could just do the basic, so you're paying additionally for the business services, and then at the point where your personal is due, at that point you switch it, you just upgrade the basic to a standard and you cancel the personal. But you might need to, if you've got that big family and you've got lots of people using it on lots of different devices, you're probably, and you still want to create a business account, you're probably going to need to have 2 different licenses in that case. But you can have, you can use the basic if you've already got the apps paid for. I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments, or just DM me in whichever fashion if you want to know more. Why would you go business though? The easiest answer I can give it, they are completely different systems. So when you create a Microsoft 365 business account, you create it creates you a Microsoft 365 tenant, posh word for dashboard, I guess. And within that, you can add in a domain. So if you own abc123.com, you've bought it from 123reg or any of the other sort of domain registrars. Once you own a domain, you can then link that in to your sort of dashboard or tenant at no extra cost. It doesn't cost anything to add that in. Obviously, to set the dashboard up, you have to have a business basic or a business standard or a business premium license. But it's a fully encompassed sort of environment that includes SharePoint, which is a data storage solution, which sort of works in conjunction with OneDrive to a degree. You've got Exchange, which is the sort of a full email solution behind the scenes. Teams as well. So they are different systems. The personal and the family, you don't really get this dashboard and granular control and some of the high-end security benefits that you would want and expect in a business. So I could show you that, but I feel it might complicate the video slightly. But Business Basic, that is your the one that doesn't include the apps. So if you've got it on a home or like a home package, your personal or family, then you might want to start with that. Standard is the same as Basic, but it includes the apps. So there is an extra app. I think the Booking app is included within the Standard, but for the most part they're the same, except the Standard includes the Outlook, Word, Excel, and you can see down here includes the apps there. The biggest jump is from Standard to Premium. Now, the reason for that is because the differences between Standard and Premium are all security based. So the one is Intune, which is sometimes referred to as Endpoint Manager. If you've heard that term, that is that, which is device management. So if you've got a Windows 10 computer, if you've got a Mac, if you've got a phone, you can control those devices and lock them down. Now, a couple of points here. Intune only works on Windows 10 Pro. You can't get the full lockdown management if it's on like a home edition, so worth checking, because if you've got a Windows 10 Home edition, then you're not gonna get the full benefit of the 365 Premium. So they sort of go, I always recommend they go sort of hand in hand. If you've got Pro, the premium benefits, the security benefits you can get for it are quite substantial. So with Intune, this lockdown, the sort of stuff you can do, you can automate updates going on, you can lock certain applications or types of applications from running that could be harmful, and you can create this management structure. And if you've got a team of people or a team of employees, this could go very well with locking down and managing those. If you're supplying company devices, that's where it really starts to come in to its own. The other aspect, and I'll scroll down slightly, you get Azure Information Protection, which is like sensitivity labels, so you could classify a document, hold on, get that off. You could classify documents as sensitive or private, so that when you send them out, and you can sort of set who can open them, so if they get lost in transit, or if they get stolen, or they go to the wrong person, they can't be opened. So it's a way of encrypting those files. But the biggest one is actually ATP, Advanced Threat Protection. There it is. Because what this, and you can read this in your own time if you want. Essentially, what it's going to do is add a few layers of security, mainly to email and web. So this thing called safe links. So if somebody sends you a link to a web page, it will check the link for you to make sure it's not a harmful one or goes to a harmful page. Safe attachments, which means if someone sends you an attachment, it will proactively scan that attachment to make sure it seems okay before you even open it. So a lot of the ATP things are to adding that layer of security and protection, and it's mainly around email and web. So That's it, your basic, standard and premium. The 365 apps, I don't really see many use cases for using that. You can see this one here, it just doesn't, it's just, if you just need the apps and OneDrive, but you'd probably, if you're doing that, you'd probably have one of the home packages, I would have thought. So that's it. So the business version of 365 is more tailored to businesses. There's a lot more security restraints you can do, even on a business basic license. So it is tailored to a business environment, and obviously the opposite for the home is you can still put layers of security on a home version of Microsoft 365, but it's nowhere near what you'd get from a business. So I hope that makes sense. If you do have any follow-up questions that come off the back of this, I'm here. My contact details are, you'll find them. Yeah, I hope that helps. Sorry, one extra point I wanted to mention: you can mix and match licenses in the business on the business licensing settings. So you could, for example, have 1 business premium, 5 business standards, and 6 business basics. You can mix and match depending on your needs and the needs of the either employees, associates, or who else you're supplying licenses for. So if they're just a remote worker that is just needs access to email, you might not even need a license for that, actually, because you can set up shared mailboxes that don't require licenses. Again, I'd probably ask me about that, but you can mix and match licenses. Hope that helps.